Hi, it's Sarah from South Fayette Township Library, and today I'd like to talk to you about my latest read, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI by David Grann. David Grann is a staff writer for The New Yorker, and this is his second book. It was a New York Times bestseller. I really enjoyed the book because the story is so interesting, and I had no idea of the history behind this story. Also, David Grann moves the story along at a really great pace. This is the story of the Osage Indian tribe. They were relocated to Kansas, and their land there was very fertile, and settlers wanted it. So the U.S. government relocated them again, and this time to an area that later became known as Oklahoma. This happened in the 1870s. A few decades after they got there, they realized that underneath this rocky land that was totally unsuitable for farming was one of the United States' largest oil deposits. And fortunately, their chief, Big Heart, had negotiated the mineral rights for their land. This meant that every Osage tribe member on the roll was given quarterly checks. In 1923 alone, these checks totaled $30 million. That translates to $400 million today. This turned out to be both a good and a bad thing for the Osage Indian tribe. It was good because now they were the richest group in the United States. David Grann says they were even the richest group in the world at that time. It was bad for them because many unscrupulous people used a variety of methods to hoodwink and cause these Osage Indians a lot of trouble. One by one, the Osage Indians were being murdered. One woman, Molly Burkhart, had two sisters that were shot to death, and it's guessed that her mother was poisoned to death. In the 1920s, the Osage Indian tribe was finally able to convince the United States government to step in and conduct its own investigation. And this is around the time that J. Edgar Hoover became the head of the Bureau of Investigations. This was a high-profile case, and he enlisted the help of a former Texas Ranger, Tom White, to unravel the mystery of the Osage murders. I found it to be so interesting. And if you are a fan of history or true crime, and you've read something good, let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear about it, and so would many of our other patrons. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this recommendation. Have a great week and stay safe.